appropriate. That is definitely. You getting angry and you keeping it boiled up inside. Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, minorities, we follow these rules. Like, we go to good schools, we got masters, we got doctors. Black women in America are the most educated population segment as far as education and credit score and everything. And they're still oppressed, high HIV rates, the segment of the population that's not married. There's a book called Is Marriage Only for White People? Written by a black sociologist based on census data. Black men will have a baby with a black woman, but they won't marry her. Why is that? They'd rather marry the white girl because the white girl's going to get them a better credit score, a cheaper rate on their home loan. There's no incentive for the black man and the black woman to have a family. The black man is just a simple, yes, a master slave for a white woman. Because the thing she can't do with her white man is what she comes do to our black man, and they willingly take it because she got better loan money. She could go. And it's not her fault. It's not her fault. She doesn't own the bank that makes the rules, but she stands and benefits from the benefits. So prejudice way. It's just that it's like they already know. It's like it's factually real. They get mad at black women for picking white men who have the same situations and qualifications, right? But the thing is that black women should stay with black men. But on the flip side, they're willing to take. The lighter the woman is, the better it is for black men altogether. It's bothersome, but it just seems to be known fact. And the second they see you trying to feel like you don't fit in or something, they're like, oh, why are you acting like this? You should love your skin. You shouldn't wear tracks. You should have your natural hair out. But the second you do that, they'll go chase something that's not exactly what the fuck they just described to you. I get what you mean. And it's programming because they want to destroy the family. If you destroy the family, if they don't destroy someone's chances. No pure gene race of black. If they mix it, then it'll be more light and they will eliminate. See, that's one way to eliminate black. Either you kill them altogether, or you mix their race with. Or they kill each other. They have us killing each other. They do that too. We're doing the work for them. Yeah, it's a programming for them to find a way to kill themselves. Yeah, it's just real simple. And another thing I want to say. I have a lot of white friends. I have friends of all races. Yeah, me too. When we say the white man, we need to go back in history. In ancient Greece and Rome, just because you were a white man didn't mean you were a citizen and that you had rights. Most white people in that time were slaves. The only people that had power were the people in government. Right, and that's how white people are also oppressed. The poorest people in America are those kids that live in middle America that grew up in trailer parks. And they all died in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah. When they were 17, 18, and 19. Never even got a chance to live. I think they try to call them white trash or stuff. That's rude. That's what they call them. They call them rednecks. They call them white trash. That their parents do drugs. So they're getting oppressed too. They just got it. We got the oppression first, but all of us are getting oppressed. That's true. That's true. That they're trailer trash. That they're meth heads. That, that they marry their cousins, that type of stuff. That they're like, that they're hicks. They're country hicks, That's what they call them, which is wrong. I don't like any derogatory terms. But I have these conversations with brothers and sisters, and they're like, "Oh, the white man this," and I tell them about the struggles of the white people too. Obviously, compared to us is less, but they're being oppressed just as we are, hard with the programming and when it comes to the programming, everybody, when it comes to the programming, the ones that gain by is the ones that are actually financially stable. So when it comes to the consumerism, that will be the main goal, because the rich wants to be more richer and the poor is just getting poorer. So if you white, regardless, if you're in the hood and the white, you still go through the same shit as a black person in the hood. If that's in the consumerism. Yeah, like Eminem, the rapper, he grew up. Look how Eminem grew up. Right, it was just hard for whoever it was living in that area at that time, whether you was white, Spanish, Asian, Puerto Rican, for whoever, the diversity of the people that was staying in that area, whatever situation that they was enduring, they all had to endure that together. It has absolutely no. In the consumerism sense, we understand that no one side is better, because as long as you in that community, you go through what that community go through, and that's just that. No, like. This echo is so aggravating. It repeats everything we say twice. Oh my God, Father God. We're gonna have to go on Discord or one of these other apps. I'm gonna talk here because I don't give a shit. But you know, one of the things I learned in all of my 32 years on this earth is that me as a light-skinned Latina, I get benefits. I've been in situations where if I wanted to play it off and act like I was white or Asian, I could have shut up and gotten away with it. That's facts. And what did I do? I would not. I would be like, by the way, I'm Hispanic too. Oh, you don't sound Hispanic. You don't act like those people. You're not an animal. I've had white people tell me that. Oh, your hair is too good for you to be Dominican. That is so... Are all Dominicans black, like Sammy Sosa? Yeah, even guys I dated. That my hair was too good. What the fuck is that? See, that's the thing. I don't think somebody's hair is too good. I think that I am cool as I am, so I respect somebody else for who they are. The problem is no such thing as good hair, bad hair. There's coarse hair and fine hair, because I went to cosmetology school. Right, that's pretty much it. It's just a different texture. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It really is. Nothing else to it. That's just. It all looks the same under the microscope. It's just a different pattern. Pretty much. Talk to somebody with chemotherapy that lost all their hair. I bet you they'll take your hair right away instead of being bald, right? Yeah. No. Any option, no option. It's like I want to have hair on my head. Like I don't care what it looks like. What kind of hair I have. Yeah. Especially if you're a woman. Like don't come over here. Stop playing. Right. You know, it do take the option of not having to appreciate and value the option to have. It does, because people just. It's like people get so caught up in. That's why sometimes I want people to understand how the consumerism system actually works and how they're in the matrix and they don't really still peep it. It's all programs. Because this is what I tell people. Life is a game and a lot of people don't know the rules. As soon as they give us a program or a way of thinking and we figure it out to escape, they come up with other rules to oppress us. So we think we're free, but we're actually just in another program. Like, you need to completely remove yourself from all of these things. It's like an ant in the little ass side of the house. And then it finds out there's a little bit more room in the house. And then they move it to a bigger room. And then it's like, but it's still the house. It's still in the house, right? And they're like, oh my God, I was free. No, you just escaped one portion of the house. Now, let's detangle the whole house. But if people watching want to get to the scientific and spiritual, there's a show on Gaia. It's an app. It's like the Netflix of spirituality. Just go ahead and explain. Called Initiation. Just explain it in your own ways of how you view it. I really don't care about how the show view it. It's more on how people I really fuck with, and I like the way of thinking, how they view things. I feel you, but the thing with me is that I like giving points of reference. That's fine. You could do that. You could definitely give them the jewels of where you got the knowledge from, and because I cite all my sources. You want to know where I read something? I'll tell you the page number, the author, the publishing house. You know. I've known that the world is not what it seems since I was 8 years old. I'm 32. And I made it my business to be like, you know what, I'm gonna figure this out because the adults are psycho, and I don't think what they're saying is true. I was like, the only two sane people I know are my parents, and I think everybody else is on some shit. I just didn't have the vocabulary as a child to verbalize that. Yeah. But I peeped game real early. Right. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. This shit don't add up. The maths don't add up. Like ooh. Yes. Look, guys, out of my room. Don't come over here arguing and making a bunch of noise. No, man. No, but honestly, it is, though. It really is. Like, even down to, like, I be watching some other people that I really like on YouTube, and then I get, like, they definitely teach you where they got it from, the books they got it out of. It makes it very easy to, like, really go on Amazon. Even if you don't feel like reading, you could just buy it in the audio version and just listen to it and really get the jewels and all the good things that comes out of that. I like when people definitely leave the where they got the knowledge from, you know, because sometimes when you go, you might get more than what he got or more than what she or he got in the process of listening, because you might have had other books that taught you better programming to defeat the system. And when you put them together, when you listen to it, you know, you come up with a better, you know, you realize the code, you decode too many things at once, which keep you from the imprisonment of it, to understand how the system works. Imprison keeps you from being imprisoned in the system of the cycle. Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of people talk about just the very superficial racism and the prison industrial complex and colorism and capitalism and all these political things. And that's just one level. I've gone up to the top. Who are holding the strings to all of these puppets? Because all of these things we're mentioning are symptoms of a bigger problem. It is. And the problem that we having is that nobody wants to be the boogeyman. Nobody wants to be the one that tells the truth. Everybody wants to. I've always wanted to tell the truth. My parents told me that I would end up dead like Malcolm X. That people like me that spoke up against the wrong shit would end up dead. And my mother told me, if you keep talking this way, Annabelle, you may die. Do you want me to bury my own daughter? Yeah, and that's the problem. For a long time. The problem is they program people to just get too scared to tell the truth, that they'd rather go be quiet so they can live. I don't know what the fuck that means. Well, then I guess a lot of my friends tell me, everything you're saying is true, Annabelle, but what can we do to change it? We can't change anything. You know, we're just one person. There's more of us than them. And that's what's real. That's really what's real, but they don't like to give them the power of our minds. They've broken our spirit through slavery. Right. The destruction of the family. Through all the drug epidemics. Through all of this murdering and pillaging of all the tribal people. Every person and tribe on the planet that has had spiritual access to the Most High God has been oppressed. Yeah, they go over there and they handle them quick. And appropriated and murdered and raped and everything. And then turned into trash. And then they just steal the ideas and act like they gave us. They create the problem and then they give us the solution. No, they create a problem. We have the solution. Kill us. Then go back and say, we made it. But what people need to understand is that what's going on this planet has gone on many planets. If people actually knew the galactic history of the Milky Way galaxy, you want to know what's really going on? Look up the Orion Wars, also known as the Lyran Wars. What's going on this planet has been done on... Oh, my God. I don't think they're ready for that lesson over here. You go on AscensionGlossary.com and you read up on the Orion Wars. And then y'all could call me back. Because people just talk about what's going on this planet and, how it's so wrong. But where does it come from? Because everything comes from somewhere else. Right. Because even in the Bible, they be trying to tell you that the knowledge was given to you from the fallen angels, like we was talking about. The Nephilim, yes. Yeah, and the L's, all the ELs are fallen angels. For example, Saint Michael Archangel. Of course it was. But let's talk about Saint Michael Archangel. If you read the book of Revelations, Saint Michael Archangel is the one that tramples the devil and puts him back in hell, right? Because he escapes at that point. Saint Michael isn't a physical being. He's on a higher dimension that we call heaven, and he's light energy. He has to come down and become physical, because the devil only exists in the mental. Okay? Right. Because they say an idle mind is the devil's playground. Right. So for Saint Michael to even be able to battle this character, he has to be on the same vibration as him. So therefore, Saint Michael isn't so holy anymore. Saint Michael, before he puts on his armor, is blue. And then when he puts on his armor, he's red. Okay? That is how that shit goes.
I hesitate. It's handmade. I take my time and I do it myself. TikTok. No, I'm not ordering it from somebody. It's home handmade. I sit down and I take my time. The beads are not handmade. Most of them never ever really matches. I made these. They look alike, but you cannot get too many of them at a time. These are my only 2 identical. If you guys see jewelries that has been made, you feel it, you see it, can you just imagine yourself in this? Okay, handmade, let me know. For your stone jewelries, for protection and healing,